Welcome, everyone, to the Legal Marketing Association 2023 Annual Conference in Hollywood, Florida. My name is Kevin Iredell. I am the Chief Marketing Officer at Lowenstein Sandler and also the incoming President-elect of the Association. I have a very special guest with me here today who I'm going to let introduce herself.
Hi, Kevin. I am Jessica Grayson. I'm the Managing Director of Business Development and Marketing at Strzok & Levan in New York City.
Well, welcome, Jessica. When did you get here?
I got here Saturday morning, and I have been taking advantage of all of the lovely amenities here at the Diplomat. And I presented this morning for the Solo and Small Firm SIG at 8:30, and that was such a great group, a lot of fun, a lot of energy, and I'm really excited to be here.
That is wonderful. Jessica, you are making my job way too easy. What are you most looking forward to at the conference?
I know this is cliche, but it's seeing everyone, it's reconnecting with everyone, it's being able to hug people and say hello and shake hands and put faces to Zoom boxes. Fun fact, a lot of people are a lot taller than you think they are on Zoom. I'm a short person. I see people, I'm like, wow, I thought we were the same height, but here we are, right? So I'm really looking forward to seeing old friends and meeting new friends in person.
And for the folks that are here for the first time, do you have any piece of advice that you would give them?
I would say take advantage of all of the sessions, take advantage of folks who say, reach out to me, connect with me on LinkedIn. If you want to see my slides, if you want to see my materials, please reach out to me and send me, your information. Someone is distracting me. I apologize, but take advantage of it. Take advantage of the networking opportunities and all of the sponsors in the exhibitor hall. They have great products. You can learn a lot. Even if you're not in the market for some things, there's a lot of things to be learned, and everyone is sharing information, sharing new disruptors, innovative technology. And now's the time to learn those things and bring them back to your firm.
So there's a ton of advice in there. And as you were speaking, the only thing that I could think of is for next year's conference, you're doing this job because you're way better at this than I am.
I'm the Jennifer Aniston of this broadcast news program, I think. You can come, though. You could be my co-anchor.
That's great. That's great. So, Jessica, thank you very much.
We have someone else coming in.
You are going to be ushered off the stage now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for joining. And we're going to bring in our next victim, guest, volunteer, as it is. Thank you, Jessica.
Hello, Kevin.
Dave, wonderful to see you.
Good to see you.
Say hi to our home-based audience.
Hello, everyone at home. Nice to see you or not see you. We wish you were here.
All right, so you got to speak into the microphone.
Okay.
Tell us your name. Tell us where you're from.
I'm David Meyer. I'm from St. Louis. I'm a first-time LMAer. I'm very excited. First time at the conference. First time doing anything like this. Very exciting.
David, how long have you been in legal marketing?
Almost 7 years.
7 years, and this is your first LMA annual conference.
First time.
Okay. What are you most looking forward to this week?
The networking. Everyone's really friendly. I was really nervous, but everybody's been really friendly and great. I have my little first time sticker. Everybody's coming up to me. It's wonderful.
Did you go to any of the pre-con sessions today?
I did.
Which one?
I went to the quick start.
And how was it?
Wonderful. Everyone did a great job. I give full credit to Kevin. Kevin did it all by himself. No, everyone was wonderful. The speakers were great. Shout out to everyone that ran it. It was a great time.
Awesome. So for the next couple days, there's a lot of content. There's a lot of things happening. What are you most looking forward to?
Just to network, to take in all this content, to see the wonderful speaker lineup that they have, to get to see all of these people that I've kind of interacted with over the years. It's going to be wonderful.
And so have you made your way around the trade show area, our service provider partners? Have you seen any swag that we shouldn't miss?
I did see some octopus, but space is limited in my carry-on, so I don't know how much. I already won a wine tumbler, so there's only so much room I can bring with me.
So I think we're talking about the Passel octopus.
Yes.
So if you go back to Passel, they're here. Thank you for sponsoring Passel. So any last words of advice for the folks that are at home? Like maybe come next year?
I think if you can make it out next year, you should most certainly come. It's a wonderful event. Again, everybody's really friendly. The content's great. Highly endorsed, and it's only been 1 day.
Excellent. David, thank you for coming by.
Kevin.
I really appreciate it.
Have a good night.
You too. All right, let's see. Who else? 2 for 1. two of my favorite people here step on the X right there, just like it's at the Grammys. So it's just like the Grammys. I get except that I get all the awards. So tell us your name and where you're from.
I'm Liz Taminia. I am from Kroll and Mooring in New York.
I'm Matt Parfit. I'm from Serum, also in New York.
Excellent. So I think I have the wrong hand here, but we're going to make this work. So, Liz, when did you get here?
I landed yesterday afternoon.
So a lot of people are taking advantage of the nice weather and sitting by the pool. And so how was today?
I was in a conference room all day. It was lovely.
That is excellent. So, Matt, when did you get here?
So I got here. Shall I just? Okay.
Don't touch the mic.
So sorry, everybody. I got here yesterday, and it was raining, so I hung out by the bar. And then today, I did not get involved in the pre-con, unfortunately. I had other things I needed to take care of over at the casino, which is just around the corner. So
did you go to the Hard Rock Casino?
I had a little look at it, just to have a look,
Very nice.
just to make sure it was okay.
So how did we do?
Oh, do you want to have a look? No, I'm not going to show you. I didn't come back poorer. So that's it.
But richer from content of the LMA conference.
That's right.
Richer
I
from
just say that
content
bit.
and relationships.
That's right. Stick to the script, Matt.
I'm so sorry.
So, okay. What are you most looking forward to in the next couple days?
Actually, the thing I'm most looking forward to is hanging out with these fine people, bumping into people like Liz and yourself. Haven't had a chance to catch up with you yet. And just seeing everybody that I get to see, once or twice max a year. It's a great place for everyone to come together.
Excellent. And Liz, what about you? What are you looking forward to? Networking has been the number one answer. Actually, it's been the only answer, but not to put you on the spot.
Networking in the pool, maybe? I mean, if it stopped raining, it would be very nice to be outside. Coming from New York, it's been cold and it's nice to come out to Florida. But obviously, spending time with our colleagues at other firms.
And how many people from your teams are here?
We have 6 from Kroll and Mooring across all offices and all different practices within legal marketing.
And all different levels of beginner to... Yeah.
All different levels. I'll try to get the team in later.
Yeah, excellent. Matt, what about you?
I'm running solo this time round. But this is I think this is my 15th LMA conference I've been to in a row. And until about 18 months ago, I was with Future, and this was the biggest conference of the year for us. So we would always come with as many people as possible, set up the booth and all that kind of stuff. So I'll be building up to that again in the near future.
So from what I hear, next year's conference is going to be even bigger. We're gonna, yes, I know, it's hard to believe, right?
Where is it?
We are going to tell the home audience where it's going to be next year on Wednesday. So you got to tune back in on Wednesday to find out where the conference is next year. But thinking about,
wait 2 more days?
yes, unless you find me at the bar later, then you might be able to, trick it out of me.
At what time is this news going to drop, Kevin?
You'll have to tune in to find out.
You don't know. Okay. Absolutely fine.
I may not know what time. So, but thinking about next year, what advice would you give to the people that are at home today, looking at this, thinking about next year? Or alternatively, what advice would you give to a first timer?
Connect to everybody on LinkedIn. And as you're following this feed and you see the names of people come up, again, see what their backgrounds are and connect with them on LinkedIn.
Do you know what? If they're a first timer coming here, then, obviously you got all the programming to look at. So have a look in advance and plan your time. But there's a buddy system where someone who's coming for the first time can get together with someone who's more experienced and show them the ropes and that kind of thing. I bumped into a few already. I've only come as far as that door to here, my whole journey so far tonight. And I've already bumped into a couple of people in that scenario. And it definitely just breaks the ice nicely for someone who's just coming along for the first time.
The relationships. I've known Matt now for more than 10 years. I'm going to say 15 years.
Yeah,
it's been a long time since you came to the U.S., actually.
Yeah,
probably.
I think you're right. Yeah.
And yes, it's been a long time. So these relationships that you make at these conferences are lasting.
So I'll give you the last word here. For the folks that are at home feeling a little bit of FOMO, is there anything that you can say to them to make them feel better?
It's raining in Florida.
It did rain quite a lot, actually, but it's still awesome. No. I can't make you feel better. Just plan better for next year. That's my recommendation.
You heard it here first, folks. Plan better for next year. Thank you for joining, Matt. Appreciate it. Always a pleasure. Liz,
I'm going to hug you.
always a pleasure. Thank you for doing this. Looks like we have our next guest coming up here. You can leave that there. Stand right here. We're gonna switch sides and mix it up for the home audience.
That sounds good.
Nice to see you, Tom. Tell us who you
Good to
are and
see
where
you.
you're from.
Tom Merriam. I'm the Director of Public Relations at Sci-Fi Shaw, based in New York, but it's a firm-wide position, so I get around the country.
So, Tom, one of the great things I think about the Legal Marketing Association is the interpersonal relationships and the friendships. How long have we known each other?
At least a decade, probably longer than that. I'll tell you a quick story. When I first got into legal marketing over 20 years ago, a friend of mine from high school was one of the big lawyers at Patterson Belknap. He said, now they're coming to the legal industry. Would you like to meet our marketing director? And I said, sure. We sat down at lunch. It was Rita Menz. And the first thing she said to me was join LMA. The second thing she said to me, go to the annual conference.
Well, I don't know that this interview could get any better than that, but what advice would you give to some first timers that are coming, or for the folks that are at home that didn't come to this conference? What kind of advice could you give?
For the ones who come here, I told some of our newer people who are coming from Sci-Farth to the conferences, go to sessions on things that you don't normally deal with. Certainly go to some that you do because you want to take that away, but get exposed to the entire width of the profession. You'll learn a lot of things. You'll be exposed to more and might be able to integrate them to what you're doing there. Visit the vendors. You'll learn about new technologies, new services there, but use the opportunity to be exposed to as much as possible.
And have you spent some time going through through the aisles here? I know it just opened, but have you seen anything that's outstanding, or something that maybe a piece of swag you want to take home? Anything that caught your eye?
Well, as my wife would put it, there are a lot of good tchotchkes here. I don't think she'll be so happy that I'm bringing them home, but there's some interesting ones too. I think just looking at the diversity of the types of vendors there are, and also as you see the trends evolve over the years as to what's become a hot item. And there's several booths on AI. I don't think we saw that even a couple of years ago, or whenever, back then we had the pandemic, but even a few years ago, that was not a major issue. Now, I'll bet you next year, there are probably going to be half a dozen vendors who focus on AI as an example.
That's a great point. Yeah, somebody told me once, leave room in your bag to bring some swag home. But the AI point is another good one. I mean, we have seen a lot of first-time exhibitors this year, which is great. And I'm sure the AI ones are some of those. Next year, I have heard that it's going to be even bigger.
I hope so, but the big question is where.
Yeah, and as I told the studio audience, we are unveiling that on Wednesday. So Wednesday, towards the end of the conference, somewhere mid-afternoon, there's going to be a big unveiling.
It's going to be like the World Cup where they have an audience and then they bring down the curtain on the site.
Yeah, so I was actually going to go to where it's going to be and unveil live from there, but I think there were some budget issues about that. So.
All right, well, we'll stay surprised. How's that?
All right. Tom, thank you. Always a pleasure to see you.
Nice to see you.
I'll see you around.
Okay.
All right. Who do we hate? We have one more.
I love when you motion for me to do things, Kev.
Oh, so you know what just happened? We just got the 10-second warning, so we're going to have to close. But before we do, tell us who you are and where you're from.
I'm Trish Lilly, and I'm not sure where I'm from, but I work in New York, St. Louis, and somewhere outside of Philadelphia with Thompson Coburn.
So, Trish, we are getting the whatever that means. So I think that means that we're going to wrap up. What advice do you have for the folks that aren't here, that are watching and experiencing a tremendous amount of FOMO?
I would pay a lot of attention to the folks who aren't Kevin, because they're going to have a lot of insights, a lot of information that's useful. In addition to that, I would say start making your case now for coming to the conference next year and get your stuff together to go to a regional conference, because they really are wonderful in terms of content and networking.
Fantastic advice. Thank you, Trish. Always a pleasure.
Always.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and I will see you the next time. Live from Hollywood, Florida, I'm Kevin Iredell. Back to you, Rob, in the studio.